Welcome back to Culinary Classroom. I'm Chef Carrie Leonard. Today we're going to take a little more casual approach to something. We're going to talk about umami. Umami is like the word savory. It's where all the different elements of taste come together for a balance. So what I've got here is several different elements that you may need to add to a dish. Now, once you have read your recipe, it may be a perfectly balanced recipe, but you need to taste. You need to get your tasting spoons out and you need to taste what your dish is turning into so that you can make adjustments, not just at the end with salt and pepper. Oh my gosh, there's so many more choices. So I want to talk to you today about umami. This is salty right here. Salty comes in many more forms than just salt. There's also like 50 different kinds of salt that you could buy if you wanted to just stay in the salt category. But soy sauce is really salty and then adds another layer of flavor. These little capers are awesome. They're in a brine, which has some salt to them. Also olives. Think about chopping up some olives into a dish that you might be working on, a salad, something like that. And of course, Parmesan. We know Parmesan is salty. Pecorino Romano, another really great salty cheese. Asiago is another great salty cheese that you can bring into a dish pretty easily and bring in that salt flavor with a lot of other things, not just salt. Then we've got sweet over here. And a lot of different kinds of sweeteners out there. It's not just sugar. There's many products that have sweeteners in them already or they're naturally sweet. Also, you can change the viscosity or the thickness of a dish that you're working with some of these items too. So if you need to thicken something up and it needs to be a little bit sweeter, you know, look at honey or look at maple syrup. Best green beans in my life I had last weekend, and they were cooked with maple syrup. Green beans and maple syrup with a little bacon. Oh my God, it was good. This is something you don't find too often. I do want you to have this in your pantry though. This is called mirin, and this is actually pretty sweet. This is sake that has been had the sweeteners added to it. So you think about sake being a rice wine. Well, this doesn't have any alcohol to it, but it does have the sweet and really developed flavors from being a fermented product to start with. So mirin is awesome. Then we move on to the bitter or sour category, and truly you can achieve that with a lot of different things. I've got different kinds of vinegars here. That's kind of the obvious choice maybe for bringing in some bitter flavor, some tang, maybe some sour. You need a little punch or what you call brightness to a dish. Lemons are great for bringing brightness to a dish. You know, just finish it off with a little squeeze of lemon. So there really is a lot of different ways that you can bring these elements into your food: salty, sweet, sour, and bitter. Remember, classical French is all about the layering, the flavors, the components, bringing it all together, the balance of these dishes. When all that comes together, you get something that is just savory wonderfulness. We call it umami. So now for your homework, you've got to go look in your pantry. What do you have? Do you have something that can bring in a salty element? Do you have something that can bring in sweet or sour or bitter? So that's what you've got to go do. We're going to get ready for our next episode, which is going to be roux or thickening agents. We'll be working on that. I'm Chef Carrie Leonard, and join us next time on the Culinary Classroom.